What's up, YouTube? I haven't done a collection for tapes in a minute, so I figured, why not? So I'm going to be showing off 20 of my most rare death metal, brutal death metal, grindcore cassette tapes that I have. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting recently. Liking my videos, sharing them, subscribing really does help me. We're almost at 10K. That's crazy. First, I want to show off two cassettes, kind of like hometown things, but the first, Tool Slang, you're not going to be able to find at all. They changed their name. I have a video about the situation with that. And then Horrified Spirit. You remember that band with all them kids that like meme? I actually have a tape. It was limited to 40. This one's actually custom made by me for helping the band. So yeah, I have number 41, but this is an official cassette tape. Look at that. That's funny. Remember this? So, yeah, those two, I just wanted to give a little shout out to, because you're not going to find these tapes ever at all. So, yeah, I just wanted to show them all. But starting off, we have Repulsion's Slaughter of the Innocent. This is before Repulsion was changed this to Horrified. This is the original version. Love Horrified. I do like Napalm Death, Terrorizer, and Brutal Truth better, but Repulsion is, of course, responsible for all the cool bands like Mortician. Next, we have Ripping Corpse. This is an original Splattered Remains. Has the first slam on it. So we're just going to pop this out. Trying very hard. So yeah, Rift of Hate. Probably my favorite one, especially on this version. The other side is Revenant. So it's like an early 80s or late 80s like dub version. They were all dubs. Dude, this is from like 1988. Like, it's insane. So very, very fortunate to have Ripping Corpse in my collection. My band Impure Conception takes a lot of inspiration from this demo in particular. And speaking about Impure Conception, I'm going to be posting a promo for the new Impure Conception sometime this week, possibly. So it will be coming soon. Next, we have Mortal Decay. This is Dawn of Misery. I like this better than Grisly Aftermath. I really do. It has a song that is not even on any CDs with Grim Reality. Love the coloring. Signed by 3 members. But yeah, Dawn of Misery, such good songs. Like the first 2 tracks and the title track, Mortal Decay, so sick. But we already know. Now we got Grisly Aftermath. Probably the band's most popular demo. This one's signed by 3 of them. Classic South Jersey represent. The next one, oh no, it just popped open. Just take a second here. Sorry about that. The next one is Brutalizing Creations. I have both variants. So this is the original Brutalizing Creations. A lot of people think that Sickening Erotic started the emblems. It was actually Brutalizing Creations. I do have this signed by Joe and Johnny. Brutalizing Creations is probably my favorite Mortal Decay ever. Well, it is my favorite Mortal Decay ever. I think it beats Forensic. The original cover, that's what it looked like because they didn't have the other version. And the actual music on this is different. If you actually listen to the version that I have on my YouTube, it's actually way different than the actual like CD version, what's on Spotify or other people YouTube. Especially the song Delirium, you'll notice that this one's a lot more old school death metal sounding, while the new version is a lot more like Internal Bleeding sounding. Next, we have Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore. This is the Metal Blade Records repress in the mid-90s. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but my spine is blue, and the spine for Repulsive Conception is also blue. I don't know if it's like a glitch, but everyone else has like that lime green spine text. I'm the only one that seems to have that blue. So if you have any information, I think I did reach out to Jeremy Wagner on Instagram, and he had no idea. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have some weird variant. It doesn't look like it's sun exposure either. I do love Swamped in Gore. It's probably a top 3. I also really like Bowels of Repugnance. Not the biggest Repulsive Conception fan, but I also do love Loathing. I just really love Broken Hope in general. Next we have Morpheus Descends. This is the Ritual of Infinity on JL America, old logo. So this is before, of course, Sam now plays in Mortician. But this is classic New York death metal that's not brutal. So more so like the Malevolent Creation, Cannibal Corpse side of New York. But nevertheless, this is a classic. I like Corpse Under Glass and Immortal Coil. Really good songs, crushing death metal from New York. Love Morpheus. This is a band not a lot of people know. This is Erythrosi with Incomplete Minds. I did talk about this on my top 10 brutal death metal video. That video has like 30,000 views. I'm like, whoa, it's one of my best videos. That's like almost 5 years old at this point. I need to redo it. If you wanted me to redo that, post in the comments you want me to redo that list, because my tastes have changed. There's a lot that would still be there and a lot that wouldn't. But this is some cool like early proto brutal death metal. Look at this cool thing. Looks kind of like carbonized Gordon Brace type of thing. Bunch of ugly dudes. That's death metal for you. I love the way that this just looks and feels. It's very cool, especially the CD version. It's like more like blown up with all this crazy like vein type stuff. Next we have Scatter Remnants with Destined to Fail. I don't know what's going on with this light. Destined to Fail on cassette. This is the only tape version that there is. There's a lot of bootlegs going around from Indonesia that claim that they're from the 90s. If it's not the Vox Mortis version with the repulsed logo, if it has that Valentine thing, it's a bootleg. This one's signed by Jay of Scatter Remnants. I got to sign by him in New York, their first show ever. He popped in. I don't know. A lot of people have been calling this like the metalcore album from Scatter Remnants. I don't know why. It's always been like this black and doomy, gothic sounding album. So I love Destined to Fail. Favorite Scatter Remnants, probably next to Procreating Mass Carnage. You see the double Inherent Perversion. But that's actually my least favorite Scatter. Not to say it's bad, but I just prefer the other two. Next, we have some sealed ones. This is Gradually Melted Sealed, and there's bootlegs going around of this. You got to make sure the tape should say Made in USA. It should have a square. If you don't have that square, and if you don't have the screw holes, it's a bootleg. You got scammed, boy. But Gradually Melted is my favorite Deeds of Flesh. Then I would probably either say Trading Pieces or the 99 one where it's like white and the people are Path of the Weakening. That's another good one. This is Regurgitation. Yes, the same Regurgitation from Ohio. You would have seen this tape in my Best Brutal Death Metal demo video, and that one's like my first real like BDM video, like 5 years old. People forget, dude. I ran this stuff back in the day, man. Like BDM's getting popular again, dude. I've been doing this for a long time, and people can attest to that. I'm an OG influencer of this. But this is Regurgitation, also sealed. I do kind of like this better than Tales at times. I think that the vocal effects are cool. The song structures are cool. But yeah, that's another sealed one. Next, we have the Mouth-Watering Stench Viral Load Demo. This is probably the only viral load that I like anymore besides Brutalized. Very cool. It really reminds me of like some like Cataclysm thing here. This always reminded me of like Queensryche because it's just like so like blurry and computer, like Empire from Queensryche. Like this just looks so blurry, so like 90s looking. Viral Load, Mouth-Watering Stench. Next I have two variants. This is the Demonosy 7-inch. This has the this one has the Expectations of My Fulfillment, and this one has the Curulent, Carry On, and Prince of Perversion. The reason why this one is because they were going to get signed. That's why that song's called Expectations of My Fulfillment. This was to show the label that they were serious, and then, of course, the band never did through. But there is some differences. One says Therapeutic Morbidity. One just says 7-inch with the bonus track, which is the Fulfillment. Classic New Jersey Demonic Slam. Really, the first two slam bands were Demonosy and Ripping Corpse, contrary to what Internal Bleeding and Suffocation say. Next we have Flesh Grind with Sorrow Breeds Hatred. I do like this. This is probably my favorite Flesh Grind. I really like the songs, especially the first two. This is all it is, just the back and the front, nothing on the back. There is another version that's like black and white, but I do like this version. I've had it in my collection for a while. I do like Flesh Grind, kind of like Broken Hope 2.0. Like Broken Hope has always been a brutal death metal band, but I guess you could say like Flesh Grind is like the true brutal death metal band of the two. This is Dehumanized with Terminal Punishment. This is the original version. This ain't no bootleg, as some labels say, or has nothing to do with Texas death metal labels or anything like that. This is strict New York death metal, not hardcore death metal. Let that be a reminder. But the one thing that always bugged me with this Dehumanized is it is actually upside down in the print. Rich, you annoy me so much because, like, look at the Flesh Grind that I just had. You get both covers, right? You put it, like you put them side by side, upside down. How annoying is that, man? So whoever did that or is responsible for that, you're a dummy. Next we have Disfigured with Paroxysm. Paroxysm. This one's okay. This is probably like an okay New York death metal band, one of the weakest ones. It's just rare to have. The logo, it's hard to see, but it's literally like they pasted, there's like a black line for where the logo actually is, if you can see it with the lighting. So, very like cheaply done, but it was like 1997. What do you want? All the Indonesian bootleg labels always asking for my scans. This is Christian. Our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is on this. So there is that. You know what else is Christian? Torture Crypt has God in the liner notes. Mortal Decay has God in the liner notes. Like some crazy bands you wouldn't expect to be like Christian or believers in the faith. Next we have the original Repudiation Purging of Impurity from Repudiation, that nice red and black tape. There's the band Photo, rocking that Voracious Content. We have lyrics on the inside, some cool artwork. We got the Suffocation, the Internal Bleeding. So, pure, brutal, guttural, slamming death metal right here. Unmatched. Next we have Ton from Ohio, but check this out. This is called What Is Heavy. I don't even think this is on YouTube. This is rare. I got this directly from the source, Dan Gates, who is also on YouTube if you want to check him out. He is always posting crazy guitar stuff. This I actually got signed. He sent it. But yeah, he said it, from what I listened to this a while ago, but he said this isn't even like death metal. Like, this is like groove metal. Like, it didn't even become death metal yet at this point, but I'm sure a little bit of it is there. So, should put that on YouTube. I don't know if Dan wants to put it on his YouTube, but I have been posting some old tapes on my YouTube. Like I posted a Mirror, Evolution, Obliteration, so I have some stuff. Next we have Ossuary with Fat. This has just been posted on Spotify, but I also did have this in my top 10 brutal death metal demo list. I have been talking about this demo for years. This is a Pennsylvania band, so that's from my home state. Very nice, shiny, crisp red tape. Very cool. It's like a crimson. Very cool on the inside, too. Very much like internal blue. Like, look at them colors on that, dude. That thing is amazing colors. and you look at the inside, we have the demonic internal bleeding Demonosy stuff. It's funny because internal bleeding actually stole the like gangster sample from God of Subseverance from the track Judgment from the Dying. Now, this is my last rare tape, probably the most rarest for 2 reasons. All right, well, 3 reasons. First off, it's just rare to have. Second of all, I have it signed by 3 of the last remaining members of Afterbirth. This is actually the tape that was used. My dog's giving me anxiety because I just saw her jump off the bed, and I feel like she's going to take a poopy on my floor while I'm recording. That'd be so funny. But anyways, I actually sent the version of I actually ripped my cassette, and I sent the files to Cody, and the vinyl of the demos for this that you see is actually ripped from my tape. So that's why the quality is so clear. I don't know what the story was with the Pathos release, but it's so mucky sounding. This is what you hear on the vinyl, the direct cassette version. The name of my band, Impure Conception, actually comes from the second track of this demo. So you have it at that. So there you have it, 20 of some of the most rarest cassettes in my collection. I hope you enjoy. I hope you got to chill out, maybe find a cool band. Tell me in the comments what your most rare CD or cassette or vinyl is, and which one of these releases is your favorite. Please do subscribe. We're almost at 10,000. I really do appreciate all the support. And until next time, I will see you cats later.